breakout candidates for 2021. We're going to limit the scope to players drafted by this team from 2018 to 2020. Can we also include undrafted free agents in that period or no?
Yes.
I think they should count. We're not going to do 2017 because that draft class consisted of George Kittle and DJ Jones and a bunch of people who aren't on the team anymore. So we're going to start with 2018. How's that sound?
Yep.
Okay. Jack, your turn.
Well, I put a list together. I had a bunch of them. I don't know if you want to just do one per person. And then
why don't you do one, and then we can go around until we're done.
Okay, yeah, cool. No, so I started off with an easy one. I have Brandon Ayuk as my first guy that I expect to be a breakout player. I thought I think he has the ability to be a high-level number one receiver in the league. He just needs a quarterback that's going to be able to take advantage of all of his skill. So I have Brandon Ayuk as my top breakout player. It's kind of an easy one, I think, when you look at the fact he was a first-round draft pick in 2020. But I see him taking a big step up in his second year in the league now that he's going to have a full preseason behind him and everything.
Cool.
Good choice. Good choice. Definitely somebody on my list. Who should I put? I kind of want to go Ambry just to throw it in Ben's face.
No, we're not doing 2021. Just 18 to 20.
Oh, okay.
No rookies.
Don't worry, Suneil. I'll trash our corner.
I'm gonna go Dre Greenlaw, and the reason for that is because I believe that under D'Amico Ryans, this linebacker crew is going to get a lot of opportunities that they may not have been able to get under the previous regime with Salah, just because he is a former linebacker, and I think he's going to play a more aggressive style of defense with these linebackers blitzing more. And I think Fred Warner is going to be, since he's so great at being a cover linebacker, I think that Greenlaw is going to get a lot of opportunities to make some wow moments as far as able to blitz, able to sack the quarterback, able to get into the backfield and wreak havoc. As well as him now going to be having like a lot more responsibility on the defense, just because he is one of the top linebackers. And, the 49er linebacker crew really does, help push that defense moving forward and whatnot. So I think, Drake Greenlaw being in the system for, I think this is going to be his fourth year now, is going to be a level up now. Warner's about to get paid, so Greenlaw is going to be like now pushing to make sure that, he's somebody that stays long-term with the 49ers or makes a name for himself if he gets into free agency as well. So I'm going to go with Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah, I think Dre Greenlaw is a really good name to bring up, Suneil. He's definitely someone I heavily considered and kind of got near the top of my list. And Ayuk too, Jack. I just wanted to point out one stat I saw recently is that I think of Ayuk's deep targets down the field, he only caught 3 balls beyond 20 yards. So when we're talking about the quarterback not fitting the receiver, that's what we're talking about. Ayuk needs to get the ball more down the field, and Lance is going to do that. But for me, the breakout candidate of 2021 from all those drafts, it's going to be Mike McGlinchey, I think. And I don't necessarily even think it's going to be because of Mike specifically now. I think he'll be much improved from last season. I think we heard about how mentally what he was dealing with in 2020, what all these players were dealing with. We saw his weight change during the offseason, but I think one of the most important things for him is going to be that this team is going to be running the ball more in 2021, and they're going to have a better support system around Mike McGlinchey. Alex Mack is going to be there. Aaron Banks is expected to take over as the starter at some point. So with that being more the strength of their side of the offensive line, I think that's just going to make life easier and easier for a guy like Mike McGlinchey. And when the 49ers eventually do move on to Trey Lance and go away from Jimmy Garoppolo, I think they're going to run the ball even more with Trey Lance, and we know that's where Mike McGlinchey succeeds. So I think this is the kind of thing where last year he was not set up for the best opportunity. He was put in bad positions. It was a rotating center position. There were all kinds of issues on that offensive line, and with that being the most solidified position to me, I think McGlinchey could have a huge comeback in 2021, and he can really justify, not necessarily what the 49ers spent on him in the pick, but the 49ers are going to have to extend him soon. And I think after, and that could be next offseason. So I think if he has a really, really good season this year, things could all lead the right way for Mike in the future. So I'm really confident in him in that aspect.
Wow, confident in Mike McGlinchey. I admire it. Hey, I'm not gonna knock it. I admire that confidence. I'm gonna go with someone else though. I'm gonna go back to the wide receiver position. I mean, I know everyone's expecting me to say Ross Dwelley. I'd like it to be Ross Dwelley, but I feel like Kyle Shanahan has something personally against him because it never happens. He has the same role in the offense every single year. You get 20 catches, you catch 18 of them. Sorry, that's it. So I feel like Kyle has a very specific way he wants to run his offense on third down. He wants 3 wide receivers on the field. And someone's got to replace that Kendrick Bourne slot receiver possession guy on third down. And it's not Richie James Jr. I love Richie James Jr. It's not what he does. It's not Mohamed Sanu. It's not. Sanu is a practice squad guy at this time. God love him for like trying to become Trey Lance's best friend or whatever he's doing. I see what you're doing, Mohamed, and is smart, but you're expendable. I'm sorry. The guy that I think is going to assert himself just based on a few practices I've seen, Juwan Jennings. I mean, I think he's always been the backup plan in case Jalen Hurd can't come around, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have any confidence in Jalen Hurd playing a full season or a game. So if and when he does the Jalen Hurd thing, then Juwan Jennings is right there to step up. And you got Jalen Hurd, who's played like 12 games in the last 5 years, and Juwan Jennings, who was there throughout all of OTAs, and they didn't have mini camp, but he looked really good in OTAs. I'm going to say Juwan Jennings is going to be the surprise breakout player. He's going to get some critical targets on third down and in the red zone too, at Ross Dwelley's expense. So anyone else you guys want to mention before we move on, just for the sake of it?
I think the biggest breakout player is going to be Trey Sermon, just because of the role he's going to have. I know, but I'm just saying. What about Kinlaw? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That is going to, in reality, is going to be Trey Sermon over a lot of these guys. But,
what about Kinlaw though?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kinlaw has a great opportunity just because of the depth that's around him now, and it's his second season. And, I think with Bosa coming back, that's going to help everybody on the D-line. So, I think Kinlaw could have a big upswing as well.
What about Mosley, though? What about Manuel Mosley, though?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's high on Mosley, but somehow not high on the rookie cornerbacks. But all right.
Let's give Mosley some credit. He's going to be his first year entering the offseason as a starter. He's going to have all the starter reps. He already took them in OTAs. He's got a new number. Was he 4? Took Nick Mullen's number with the quickness. I think Manuel Mosley could be a breakout player. It's a good call. He's definitely going to get more playing time than Juwan Jennings. So let me take the Emmanuel Mosley answer. I like that.